Can you think of somebody who's been a saint in your life? Someone who's made your life better? I think we all have somebody that we look to in our lives as a mentor, a parent who's been there for us, or maybe even someone that we only crossed paths with briefly, but they had an impact on our life. And those people are all saints in our lives. This weekend, we're celebrating All Saints, which is a special time where we recognize specifically people who have passed, and here at Victory, those who have passed in the last year, something that's close and fresh to us. But we also take the time to celebrate the hope that we have in our future eternal life, so we won't be separated from them forever. And so while it is a sad time, it's also a joyful time. When I was in Germany, one of the tour guides made a joke that so many people think of Johann Sebastian Bach as being a saint, so much so that they keep relics of him in the museum. There's little parts of his casket and little things like that just to remember him from. And that's not what being a saint is. Being a saint is being able to make a difference and pass things on. And I think probably the reason why we like the tangible evidence is because it reminds us of that person in the way that the music of Johann Sebastian Bach reminds us of him and also brings to mind so many important things. He wrote a little collection of works called the Orgelbuchlein. You've heard me mention it before. And he just has these little gems based on chorale tunes that were familiar back then. And there's one that I had to go back to the 1941 hymnal to find it still in the hymnal. So please, if you know this hymn or if you've been familiar with this hymnal, please leave a comment, because it's just a beautiful hymn, but it's not sung as much now, maybe because the title is a little bit morbid. Now, in the original German, where they don't mince words, it's Alle Menschen müssen sterben, which all men must die. Very straightforward, very blunt. Now, the English translators here, Catherine Winkworth, she liked things to be beautiful. It was romantic period. She wanted it to be more eloquent. So the English translation is, all men living are but mortal. At the end of the day, though, it means we're all going to die, and that is something that's inevitable here in our earthly life. But the text is just gorgeous, and so I'd like to read 2 verses for you from this hymn. All men living are but mortal, and will surely fade as grass. Only through death's gloomy portal to eternal life we pass. This frail body here must perish, ere the heavenly joys it cherish, ere it gain the free reward for the ransomed of the Lord. In another verse, yea, I see what here was told me. See that wondrous glory shine? Feel the spotless robes enfold me. Know a golden crown is mine. Thus before the throne so glorious, I shall stand a soul victorious, gazing on that joy for aye that shall never pass away. So amidst the sadness and the pain of this mortal life, we have hope of a better life to come, and that's a great promise. Now, Bach took this hymn and he said it sort of in a simple way. The melody is unornamented. It's just very clear along the top so everybody would recognize it. But underneath, he uses these joyful figures as he likes to put in little elements in his figuration. And so I hope you enjoy this setting of Alle Menschen müssen sterben. But remember, it's not about the dying. It's about the hope of eternal life. Happy All Saints.